Hi, I'm just going to do a quick video on today's lesson. Now, I just want to say thank you to the people that have been doing the work and completing it and handing it in. I've had a look through quite a few of them and there's some excellent work being produced on quite a tricky topic to learn at home. Now, today's lesson isn't as long as the other ones. However, it's a really important concept. So once I've gone through the slides and told you what exactly you need to do, I'm going to explain collision theory to you from the teacher notes slides that you'll see coming up. Now, I suggest you do stick around and you do listen to that because you do have a 6-mark question to answer today. So, Day 3, collision theory. Now, you might have heard of collision theory from Key Stage 3, and if you can remember what it is or you have some idea about what it is, that is fantastic. It is quite a simple idea, but it needs a lot of thought, and you have to kind of think about particles flying around and what they're actually doing and what they need to speed up. So it can be tricky, but the concept is very simple. Now, there's my introduction slide. Please watch this video. Next one. You have a recall question like you did yesterday, so just a little bit about factors that affect the rate of reaction for you to answer before you get started to refresh your memory. After that, we've got a picture of something that you obviously know what that is, and how is that related to chemical reactions, and what your ideas are, and get anything you know already down on a piece of paper. Now, there's a really cool video if you want to have a look at that. It is a particles colliding and it's just really cool. So, what is collision theory? There's a video on the next slide. You're going to answer those questions. So that's nice and simple. After that, there are some teacher's notes. Now, this is what I will be going over in lessons. So those are slides that you're going to refer to and they have the general idea of what collision theory is. Now, once you've done that, you've got a 6-mark question. And I've also included a little link here that if you click on, will give you some little extra things of how to start your question and maybe what you could put in. Now, once you've answered the 6-mark question, that is the end of the lesson. So it's not as long as the other lessons have been. It's not as a difficult concept, but you do have to do your best on that 6-mark question so I can understand where I need to pick up when you come back. So, if you do this and you get to this point, can you try to complete 2 pages on the following topic? So if you look in your revision guide or your exam workbook, you'll see topic C6, the rate and extent of chemical change, and that is the one that I've been teaching you this week. If you do that, you can send me a picture and I can give you the answers, like I keep saying. Now, I'm just going to go through collision theory, just so you have this to refer back to. And that way, if you do get stuck, you can watch this video again. Now, in order for a chemical reaction to occur, the reactants must collide. So your reactants, those molecules that are flying around, have to be able to hit each other in order for a chemical reaction to happen. Now, collision theory states that the speed of a reaction is related to the number of successful collisions. Now, that makes sense. If molecules aren't smashing into each other and forming new products, then you are not going to have a quick rate of reaction. The reaction is going to be slow, or the reaction is not going to occur at all. Now, the fundamental principle is energy. The collisions provide the energy needed to break the bonds between the molecules. So these lines here, imagine those are bonds, so covalent bonds or hydrogen bonds or whatever bond they are. Those have a certain amount of energy that needs to be broken before the 2 atoms will come apart and the reaction can happen. So the collisions are providing the energy that will increase the rate of reaction. If you've got loads of successful collisions happening, that will increase the rate of reaction because you've got loads of product being made and reactants being used. And if there's not enough energy, the molecules aren't moving fast enough to collide. So this is the next slide. If the 2 molecules hit each other and they don't have enough energy, it doesn't break the bonds and it doesn't make any product. So we can increase collisions by increasing the temperature or using a catalyst or increasing the surface area or concentration. All those things we looked at that speed up the rate of reaction is actually just creating more collisions between the molecules. So it's all related and that is important. Now, the colliding particles must have enough energy for the collision to be successful. Successful is your key word. If you use successful in an exam, you'll get the mark. The minimum amount of energy needed is activation energy, and we have looked at activation energy before when we looked at endo and exotherm. It's the amount of energy you need to start making product. So to break the bonds and start producing new product. Now you can watch this video again and see if you can get used to the idea. You can email me and ask me questions. You can email the other teachers, they have a good understanding of this as well. Or you can email Mr. Gray. Any of those people will be able to help you. But the theory is that in order for a chemical reaction to happen, collisions must happen. And the 4 things we've looked at increase the rate of reaction because they increase the amount of successful collisions. So that is it for today. Hopefully you get through it quite quickly, because it has been pretty intense this week with science, because it is a really hard concept. And I will do another video tomorrow to help you with what's coming tomorrow. Higher T will have a slightly different lesson tomorrow, because you have to do a little bit of maths about breaking these bonds. See you tomorrow. Bye.